What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're gonna start a 410 reloading session here. So we're gonna start with hulls, but we're gonna go over hulls. We're gonna go over powders, wads, which there's not a whole lot to watch, and shot and primer. That stuff's the same. We're gonna go over the loaders and all that good stuff. But I thought I would start with hulls. That's a big topic with 410. These guys can get pretty expensive sometimes, depending upon how you obtain them, that kind of stuff. So I tried to get a variety out. That way I had some different stuff. Here, let me turn these around. Actually, I think that'll work better there. Tried to get some variety out. That way you can see. We're going to go over what I use, what I like, what I don't like, problems I've had, and then here's some other ones. And I'm going to show you what this tool is here. This thing will wear your fingers out, but it is a helpful tool depending upon what situation you're in. So we'll start down here on the end with the states. Estate and Federal, they make pretty good shells, as you can see there. I don't know. That box was $10 for 2.5 inch, and these are all. This video, all this we're going to cover is 2.5 inch for now. So here's an example of what they have. That's what these look like. They're actually a pretty good hull. They're high brass hull. They of course they shoot fine from the factory and that kind of stuff. This one's been deprimed. However, I'm not a big fan of these. I use a Mech Junior 600 Junior to size these, and I have a problem with them getting, the brass gets stuck in the collet. It doesn't pop it back down all the way, so what I have to end up doing is unscrewing my collet and popping them out one at a time. Now I have used a supersizer and size them that way, but as a general rule I don't like these hulls. They reload nice and all that stuff, but I don't pursue them. They're not my first choice for hulls, but they do work for sure. So that's Estate and Federal. So up next is Remington. Now Remington makes several different kinds. Remington, obviously you've heard of. This is their STS target load, which is actually this. I believe it's this one or it's these green ones. Both come in the similar box, and this is kind of these two are Remington's higher end. They're higher end shells, kind of like the Winchester AA's. But I've reloaded a bunch of those. They usually come, this box was in 9s. I know sometimes they come in 8.5, which is kind of a little bit different size. And then Remington also does game loads, of course. So that's, honestly, I don't know if what I would call a premier Remington hull is that much better than their game load hulls. I have good luck with these, and I mean, honestly, they're probably, if you can get these for cheaper than those, I would go with these because these are good hulls to reload. I've reloaded them several times and that kind of thing. In fact, I have some of these here that when hulls start wearing out on me, I don't know how well you can see it, but the ends get crinkled up and they don't close very well. And then also, you got to remember with 410, you're burning a pistol powder, a real hot pistol powder. You're not using a shotgun powder. So sometimes you get these burned out spots in them. And I get this with all of them. This isn't just the Remingtons that this happens with. Here's just another example of that. But Remington makes good hulls. There's certainly, I know there's some guys that use them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. But they do have several different varieties. So nothing wrong with Remingtons. Now, here is what I'm going to call the golden standard, Whether it really is or not, I don't know. It probably is my favorite 410 haul, Winchester double A's. However, this is a brand new box. These are factory loads here. That's what they look like, brand new. But however, my favorites are the old ones, the Winchester the Westerns. This shell is older than me, but I don't think it's ever been reloaded. I think it was factory shot and that kind of stuff. These are my absolute favorite. These you can get new. You can buy these at Walmart. But these are my favorite, and they're hard to come by. Sometimes guys will pay. I've seen guys want 50 cents a piece for them. Now, I don't think they sold for that, but they wanted 50 cents a piece for them. They're not worth that. Don't pay that for them. Just go buy HS hulls at Walmart and shoot them. You get a loaded shell, shoot them, and get you some hulls that way. Don't pay 50 cents for these. These reload the best. The old ones do. The HSs load very good, but there is a little trick that I have to do to get them to close up right for me. But these close perfect. So here's one. It's kind of middle of the road where you can see it's black. It's got some, the ends starting to burn up and all that kind of stuff. There's another one that's kind of halfway through its life. But those right there are what I use the most. Here's some of the HS hulls. Again, you get the burning out on the side, that kind of thing. See the end there is all wrinkled up, crinkled up, and that kind of stuff. So, again, there's another version. And sometimes this one right here, now this does not happen often at all. This was a brand new factory loaded shell, and look, the brass split on me. So it's just part of it with 410. 410 hulls they're hard enough to come by as it is, and sometimes there's one, it's cracked really bad. I don't know how well there you might be able to see a little better, but it's cracked. It's cracked all the way down the side. So, but that shell's probably been reloaded 10 times, I would guess. And like some of these, the Remingtons, I've loaded them 10 times. Like I said, the Federals I usually reload and throw on the ground. But both the Remingtons and the Winchesters, you can load them 10 times, no problem. Here's a couple other Remingtons as well. That one's burnt up. Sides are burnt out. That one's ate up. There, you can see that one's split all the way down, just like the Winchester. So, I mean, you're getting the same results on all of them. So you're doing good. Now, I have found a new one. I'm sure wherever you're at, there's Cabela's. So I found these at Cabela's, and I think I paid $9 for a box for these. And I wasn't real sure about them, but they've turned out to be extremely good hauls for the money. I was really impressed with these, and to be quite honest, for the money, I would buy these over the double A's. They load about the same. I have loaded some of these 7 or 8 times, and they look better than the Winchesters do at 7 or 8. So I would highly recommend these herders, especially in 410. Now, I have not shot any in any other gauge, so I don't know what kind of results you'll have loading them with 20 gauge or 12s or whatever else they make. But 410, 2 thumbs up big time. So I'm not sure where these are from. Let's see, they're made in Italy. So, I don't know if Beretta's making them or not, but they know what they're doing. And then the last thing I was going to show you is this tool here. So this was given to me by a gentleman who got me shooting 410 shotguns years ago. He's no longer with us, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever when he gave it to me. So here, you've got a 3-inch shell here. And I think it's pretty close. It might be not quite set up. But what you can do with this, and I don't know who makes this. I don't know what it's called. All I know is what it does. But you take it, you slide slide it on there, turn the shell. Hopefully you guys can see that. Cut it, boom, 2.5 inch shell. Take this part off, take that off, throw that in the trash. Boom, you got a 2-inch shell. Looks like it might be a little bit, it's not quite set. This is adjustable. You can adjust it for length, and you can even do different gauges. I don't have any other pins for it, but you could make them real easy on the lathe and get it set up to do different gauges. So fun little tool it'll wear your fingers out. You can only do so many for so long, and you can't take it after that. But you just set it on there. You just set it on there. Get it. Let's see. Get it set right there. Tighten that little thumb screw down. Put them on there, and then go to town on them. So that's all there is to it. So there's a little bit on 410 hulls. Like I say, that's just a brief overview, but Remington AA's and these herders are what I would recommend going with. If you like the video, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment below some of your experiences with 410 hulls, what you like, what you don't like, and why, and we'll see you next time.